Thank you, Tony, and of course, thank you, Tom. A powerful winter storm left its mark on Grayson County in Texas, damaging a livestock show barn that generations of youth have relied on. The Texoma Exposition, that is, and livestock show facility took heavy ice and snow from the recent storm, forcing organizers to scramble with the county show just weeks away. We're going to take you there now to see the damage and what it's going to take to rebuild.
Standing with Hoyt Ivey with Texoma Exposition Livestock Shows in Grayson County, Texas, where over Saturday and Sunday we had about 3 inches of ice, about 6 to 8 inches of snow, and one of the victims in that storm was this show barn that's been here since 1957. Hoyt, tell us a little bit about what it's damaged and kind of what the storm brought here this weekend.
Well, Brent, we've got 3 barns here, 2 of them, at least 3/8 to half of each barn of these 2 that we're standing in were damaged, as you can see behind us. They're on the ground. There's no safety issues right now. We're going to get all this roped off this week. We did lose considerable amount of stalling space for our steers, lambs, goats. We've got about 1,100 total entries through all species coming in on Sunday, March the 1st. To get ready for March the 2nd start. So it is it's caused quite a uproar in our lives anyway, and it will in the ag teachers and the students as well.
So this is your county show, and what folks may not know at home is this facility, if you've been in the show arena in the last 50 years in this part of the country in North Texas, this is a main building for everybody in the show business. But this is your county show where it makes the most difference to the most amount of kids in Grayson County. Is that correct?
That is correct. This is what years ago was commonly referred to as Loy Lake, which is the facility that we're currently at. Is the Loy Lake is down here outside the grounds, but it is named Texoma Exposition and Livestock Show, and it is Grayson County's county show, and it comes the spring of every year. And this year we've had quite a bit of unexpected weather. We weren't prepared for it. It's not something we see every day here in North Texas, and anybody else that got it probably doesn't see what they normally saw this past weekend either. It's what some of the kids that don't go to the jackpots and don't go to the majors, it's what they build all year for. Mm-hmm. They look forward to the county show and coming out and participating in front of their hometown relatives, and some people even come in from out of town for it. But you're right about the show barn and being in here. We do have jackpots throughout the year and different events, and if you've shown in North Texas, you've probably shown in this, in one of these barns, either our pig barn or in our big show barn down on the hill, down below us here. But it's a popular place for different people from different counties, different organizations come in and rent and have jackpots here. So it's a pretty popular place in the spring and the fall.
That Loy Lake name is on a lot of flyers throughout the show season. Now, obviously, you guys are a nonprofit organization. You've managed the buildings, you manage the shows, and take care of everything in great steward fashion. But you learned something here today, just right when I got on scene, that is an unwelcome surprise about how you're going to replace this building.
Yeah, it was a very shocking news to find out that we don't have an ice/snow rider on our policy. So this basically is going to have to come from either grants or donations or fundraisers or some type of outside money just to get this rebuilt purpose. But it was a shock to find out that you have to have an ice and snow rider in North Texas, which we don't get a lot of, and you don't think about that, and it's kind of sick to your stomach when you think about it. But yeah, you're right.
So Texoma Exposition Livestock Shows obviously in need of as much help from the ag community as possible to help rebuild their barns and get it ready for the kids for the next 60 or 70 years right here in Grayson County, Texas. Back to you in studio in Nashville.
Yeah, thank you for that story, Brent. And it is heartbreaking to see what happens. And as you heard, Who would ever think that having snow and ice as far as your insurance policy there just north of Dallas, Texas? The Texoma Expo and Livestock Show, it estimates rebuilding could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, with the county show just about a month away. And if you'd like to help, we do have a link to the donation on our website where funds will go directly toward rebuilding that facility. Bringing in Tony on this because you're a Texas guy, and seeing something like this, as you heard him say, this is not something you think about, having to have ice and snow part of your insurance policy. What are you hearing from producers? Again, you're from east, right, south of that area. But
well, actually, yeah, it'd be back west of that area. So this is north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, between Dallas and Oklahoma City, right there along the Red River, and it's an area known as Texoma. And yeah, they normally you don't see things like this, but when we do have ice that comes through, that is a pocket for it and can do a lot of damage. But you're absolutely right, thinking you're covered for something only to find out later that you're not. So I guess my one word of advice, and this comes from personal experience, if you think there might be a chance at some point in time to have damage from snow or ice, get with your insurance agent and just say, make sure we're covered here. It's always better to do it before than to have the event happen and find out we're not covered.
Unfortunately, a lot of folks across the region that have been impacted by this winter storm are doing the same thing. I was on the phone all day with my insurance company. The trees, the fencing that is down, my car loss. I mean, it is devastating here in Middle Tennessee, and obviously there in northern Texas as well. Just heartbreaking to see what folks are going through. Well, coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to USMCA. A farm trade group is going to be hosting roundtable discussions on the North American Trade Pact ahead of its review.